So Sayyid says, one Sheikh said that it is shirk if someone refrains from sin for fear of people, because he will not do it for the sake of Allah, but for the people. And he says refraining from sins is a form of worship. That's why it is shirk. So, Sheikh, is it shirk? This is a very sensitive issue because a lot of the Muslims have problems with OCD, with thoughts that are intrusive and destroying their lives due to these intrusive thoughts. So it causes hardship. It causes them confusion and anxiety. And if you don't tackle this tactfully and smartly, you would fall into the traps of shaitan. So how to tackle it and how to deal with it? First of all, with knowledge. If you have proper knowledge, this would build a very high firewall that neither shaitan can penetrate or climb over. So you have to acquire knowledge about your aqidah, about your religion, so that you can have the necessary tools to fight Satan. And when we talk about knowledge, we talk about the knowledge of aqidah, of the Quran, and of the Sunnah. The Prophet said, alayhi salatu wasalam, whenever a servant of Allah attempts to do a sin and he does not do it, Allah orders the angels to write it into one hasana, one good deed, because he left it for my sake. So if you left a sin for the sake of Allah Azza wa Jal, you are rewarded. Now this is not the question. The question is, a person left the sin for the fear of the people. And this is where it's a bit sensitive. When we say for the fear of the people, is he showing them off that, yeah, I don't drink alcohol. I'm a good Muslim. Where actually he would love to, but he wants to make an impression. He wants to impress people. He wants them to praise him and look up to him. So if this is the case, this is different than someone who doesn't drink publicly, not because he's seeking people's praise, rather he is bashful, he's shy, he doesn't want his reputation to be tarnished, or maybe for a more noble cause, because he is considered to be righteous in their eyes or practicing Muslim in their eyes, so he fears that the reputation of Islam would be tarnished because of that, so he refrains. These are two different scenarios. The first scenario, which is Saeed talking about, when someone leaves sins not for the fear of Allah, rather to gain praise from the people. So this becomes sinful, because doing things to impress people and for the sake of their praise, such as a person who fixes the way he prays and prolongs it just because his boss is watching. What is your intention, akhi? Nothing. It's time for the increment in the yearly bonus. So this is why I'm doing this. Oh, this is totally prohibited. This is showing off. This is riya. And he's sinful for that. It's a major sin. Why are you prolonging your prayer? Simply because I love to pray long and I love to please Allah, whether people are watching or not. This is not sinful. You're rewarded for that. So the intention is extremely important. In this first scenario, he is refraining from haram, from sin, simply to get credit and the praise of the people. And this usually is not done by any individual. This is usually done by a full-fledged hypocrite. Not alone, he's not sinful only, he is maybe exiting the fold of Islam, because No one leaves sins to gain praise of people, while inside, if there's no one, I'm going to take a glass or two, because I don't care if Allah is watching. No, this is a kafir. But this is very rare. The second scenario, when you leave it because you're bashful, you're shy of the people, this is not something to be ashamed of, in the sense that you're leaving sins because you're afraid that your reputation will be tarnished, or that someone would tarnish the reputation of Islam. This is something that you may be rewarded for. Now, having said that, remember, a lot of the people may leave sins not for the sake of Allah alone, but rather for the fear of the prescribed punishment. He doesn't fornicate, he doesn't want to be flogged. He doesn't drink intoxicants, he doesn't want to be flogged. He doesn't slander or do anything that is a major sin that has a prescribed punishment. He is afraid of the punishment or of the jail time, not because he's afraid of Allah. Would we say that this is shirk? No, this is not shirk. And is he sinful for that? No, he's not sinful for that, because he didn't do it for the sake of Allah, but he's not rewarded, like in the very beginning hadith which I have mentioned. So I hope this answers your question.